We are back in action.
We've seen a lot of Indian films today.
We have done an India-thon.
We
spent
6 hours.
We spent the whole day watching Indian movies.
Discussion and podcast.
Wow. I think we're addicted.
Like pretty much the whole.
I think
Saturday.
we have an addiction.
Oh,
we spent the whole day watching Indian movies. This is crazy.
Well, should we tease what we have? Well, maybe we should keep it a secret.
That at the end.
We could.
But we have something.
We got a project
we have
in
something
the works.
special coming for you.
Well, we could say we did watch a movie.
Yes.
And
react.
We won't say what.
Okay. Yeah.
But we watched a movie and reacted to it, and we're gonna release that pretty soon. And you guys should totally subscribe.
Yes.
So we can do more of that. And then we'll hopefully get the uncut on a Patreon or something like that down the road. We'll figure out the details. Let us know in the comments.
Details
But we got a lot to go over because this
do.
is exciting stuff.
Yes, it is.
So where do we even begin? What even happened? Today has been such a whirlwhand.
We
saw Dengal.
We just saw Dangal.
Dengal.
Wow, that was
a
good movie.
I think we can all say that it was a good movie.
Right, before we get into Dangal, I'd like to tell you about my lunch that I had. Can I do that? Can I do that? I went to an Indian restaurant. Like, guys, we went all India the whole day.
Oh, yeah.
It was Indian movie, and then I had Indian lunch, and then now Indian movie, and now it's like 6, 7 at night.
Yeah.
It's been the whole day. But I had Indian food with my wife. We went to this authentic Indian restaurant.
The name of that?
Namaste India.
Yeah.
So there you go. We enjoyed. Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
Michael quick zoomed over to India.
On a quick 24-hour flight. But we did that. We enjoyed. I had a spicy mango chicken. Masala thing on basmati rice, which is the normal. I had naan as well, which is like a staple. That's the bread.
Yep.
And it was spicy. I went spicy.
So did you?
The
did
guy
they ask
came up.
you? Did you say spicy?
No,
like
he said,
medium.
How much?
Okay. Yeah.
And I said, let's do middle of the road.
Okay.
And that was about my limit.
Okay. Fair enough.
Indian food's different.
It's really spicy.
Well, it's different because like Mexican food like slaps you in the face, right? Indian food, you're like, I gave it some to my wife, and she was like, oh, this isn't spicy. And then she like kept eating, and she was like, oh. Like, because it's like that slow, and then it
builds up.
You're like, oh, it's not stopping. Yeah. My mouth is on fire. It's totally different, but it was really good. I had lassi. I can't remember what. I think it was lassi, but it was like a mango yogurt drink smoothie thing.
Yeah,
which was quite tasty as well. I took a picture of it.
Yeah,
post that on the community.
Yeah,
that was good. I'm so full. I also had. I can't remember the name of it, but I had this ice cream while we were watching the movie. It's like Indian ice cream with a. It's like with a. What would you call it? Like a rice noodle thing on it. I have no idea what it is, but it had like
there was a noodle.
There was like rice noodles in it,
wow.
and it was like sweet, and the noodles were chewy.
Oh,
and then there was ice cream around that.
Oh, I don't know if I.
Okay, well,
it's a little like you probably wouldn't like it, but it was
sounds strange.
Well,
I like the texture.
We're gonna all have to go one of these days and try these crazy foods. We're gonna get Ben in on it. We're gonna force you to eat some
before.
We'll have a taste test for you guys coming up soon. But we'll get back to Dengal.
Yeah. So,
Dengal!
Yeah, where do we begin? I mean, this is a sports movie.
The Rocky of India movie.
Right,
probably.
right.
Yeah.
Training sequences.
Right, made by
lots of working out.
Disney. Let's not forget.
That was an
Disney,
interesting thing,
India, or the Walt Disney India.
That was pretty interesting.
I was not expecting to see the intro pop up.
Evil Disney has even
gotten
into there.
I was going to ask, what do you guys think
We don't really like Disney.
Yeah, if you've seen any of our older episodes, we have kind of
because in America Disney's just everywhere.
In the US, Disney is just.
But here's the thing: Disney
wants money, greedy. It's just.
But Disney acquired this movie probably and bought the rights or something like that, and then therefore it reaches a larger audience than Disney,
which is fine. Which is fine.
Cool.
Yeah, can't complain there.
Yeah. But this was a different style of movie. I mean, we've seen, what have we seen? Comedy, drama.
This
we
is
haven't really
drama
seen a
again,
sports
kind of.
movie though. We
Yeah,
haven't
not
seen an
really.
Indian
Biography.
sports movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, biography.
It follows like a standard trope, I suppose, of sport autobiography.
You can't
like,
escape that.
You
That's
can't
the
escape.
problem.
It's
True.
the
That's
training.
the
You
tough
start
thing.
low, you end up.
Every sports movie
It's
has
gonna
this.
follow that.
The
That's-
training and the development.
And that's why I generally avoid movies like
Same.
this, because it feels so like, okay, well, we know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But this actually was really good, I thought, because I mean, it's a cool concept. It's like, oh, these ladies are just basically blazing a path for other girls in their area or in
India.
Yeah. So I thought it was a really good premise, and then Aamir Khan was really good.
For sure.
Oh my
as
goodness.
always. I mean, the
just
dedication
amazing.
to the role.
And okay, like he was totally different than his acting in Three Idiots. Like it was crazy.
Oh my word!
To see the transformation.
Hunk.
Yeah,
Like,
and then even as the movie went on, he became this older dude.
Yeah.
And it felt real. It wasn't like, a young guy playing an old dude.
Yeah, no.
He looked like
He did.
He looked it.
He looked it and he acted.
So
like it was great.
I was telling Ben, I whispered to Ben right at the beginning of this movie when we saw him like yoked up, when we saw him once he started getting fatter, I was like, this guy has probably gained 50 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Transformation.
Because Three Idiots, he was a stick. He was a little
I
shrimp.
know.
Like,
Well, and how far
and then now
apart
he
are
was
these
just
two
like,
movies?
tonk.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So like, I just want to see. Okay, so Three Idiots was 2009.
This one was 2016.
So he's a little older in this one, but still like
he's older and hunkier.
Yeah, I know the shoulders. Like, where did
Right.
those muscles come
Oh,
from?
man.
They were just like.
So
built
here's
up
some
on his
trivia.
shoulders.
60 pounds he gained.
Oh, 60. I
For the
said
initial
50.
shoot, so they shot all of his old scene when he's older
Yep.
first, and then of course when you lose it back down, then he shoots.
He can shred up. Yep.
So theoretically, I mean, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That is very. That's on the
dedication.
level
That's
of
dedication.
what's his name? In America, we have Christian Bale.
Christian Bale,
He does that a lot, where he
extreme
skins
weight
down.
loss, and
Right, and so it looks like Aamir Khan is willing to go through those measures to really do that for a role, which is like. Give him respect. I mean, like, people don't do that anymore. These days, everyone's on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They're not trying.
Yeah, it's true. And, like, even, I mean, that is so much dedication to, well, like, the first, what was it? He was really ripped in the first, like, 15 minutes. And then right after that, it was just...
Plumped out.
Yeah. So, like, he dedicated himself just for that 15 minutes of film. and, of course, the rest of the movie, too. But, like, the workout routine and stuff must have been just intense.
Oh,
and then he had to get fat after that. So it's like, man, all the work he put in for that, like 15 minutes of being buff,
I know.
And then he got like,
and it's horrible is that he probably spent so much time.
I know, and then they're like,
such a short period.
Yeah, they're like,
time
we cut it down to 15 minutes. I'm sure.
Now I will say too, this movie is unlike a lot of the Indian movies that we have seen. I think because it felt very Disney-esque. In my opinion,
well, especially
it felt very Disney,
especially near the end.
Felt
with
very
the music.
So we need to look that up, by the way, before we.
I did do some Googling before we got here for some info.
Yeah.
I heard that the coach that watched that movie got very salty at this movie.
Right,
because he was like, "Wait, what the crap?"
So that was fabricated. The divide for the story.
The coach says it was fabricated, but of course the coach says fabricated.
But we probably can assume that was kind of like that divide was kind of.
So I looked up. Did he actually get locked in a locker?
Yeah,
and they said that he didn't get locked.
Was he actually gone though?
It didn't say. It didn't say. I feel like that was probably to draw attention to the plot.
Yes.
Which it definitely did.
So they did fabricate it to make it. She can do it on her own, which it's like, when you do that, when you're trying to have a true story, which I applaud. I mean, it was really well done.
Right.
But still, like, those are pretty big negatives. It's like, okay, it adds some emotional heft to it, but at the cost of just completely inserting it. And I'm not a fan of that. So I immediately, when that happened, I was like, oh boy, that's just not right. It's just not. Yeah, especially when it was mostly believable.
Yeah, well, I was like, the dude gets locked in. Like, what are the chances that this would happen?
The thing was, it was sweet to hear him hear the national anthem.
Really good.
But it's such a cheap way to
make huge jumps to get him in.
They did.
But they say it was all based on the story, of course, so they have the creative freedom.
And I do like how at the beginning it wasn't just based on a true story. It was like they went into detail, like this is some of this is fake. Yeah. It dramatized,
which is fair.
They gotta do that in American movies because they just are like. This is exactly what happened.
And then they're like sometimes they'll be like inspired by a true story, and then the movie won't even be related to the story in the U.S. And it's like they gotta stick closer to the story than just
like bananas. It's like where did you get all this stuff? I know a lot of. They like to fictionize and like pretend it's real.
Yeah.
There, I think they were very much more.
This did a great job of like making everything pretty much believable.
That is true, for
up
sure.
to that point.
And I've never seen a wrestling
match like and that was fun to watch.
That was really interesting.
We haven't seen a lot of wrestling,
dude. Just like watching the wrestling was interesting. Like, how are they going to get points? Like
the training involved was really awesome.
Yeah. During the matches, I was just thinking, I'm like. This is really unique how they're showing the whole match of each, not just the final match.
Yeah.
They showed the other one, like the ones before that too. And
it's an Indian movie. It'll take the 3 hours.
They'll do it.
Well,
they'll be like,
And America would have cut it down.
In America, they would like cut the match down. Like if there's any filler or anything, they'd be like, okay, we'll skip to this part where she's about to win.
That's because us idiot Americans are on the TikTok and are like,
I know, they're like constant, quick movies.
I need a summary of this cool event that happened.
Right, exactly.
But it was so cool how they showed everything and you really got to experience the match itself. And like you could follow with the points because it's like they're not skipping around where it's like, the montages where it's like boom, boom, boom. She's hitting the ground. It's like 3 points, 3 points, 3 points.
Right.
We got to see the ones
the
and
whole
twos,
thing.
threes, not 4 points. I don't know where. Remember we were like,
what happened to 4?
1, 2, 3, and 5 points.
I guess they gave it 5. Probably
it's the difficulty is such a jump.
Because it's such exactly.
It was really fun to watch that.
Really cool.
I thought the shots when she was losing was that one scene was so cool. That shot where they went like they did like the pan around Jakarta.
It would translate.
Really clean, very
Moscow,
clean transition.
And she was like slowly breaking down. Like how cool was that?
Yeah, that was
really awesome. But yeah, like the movie did a great job of kind of getting us into the mindset, like, hey, this is like just really engrossed in the story. Yeah. And until like I said, until the end, like okay, the conflict between coaches, that was believable. Like even if theoretically that couldn't, because he was such a it's a common thing. It's almost like in King Richard as well, because his daughters were super
definitely not nearly as good as this movie.
Right, but that was the same deal where, and that was actually I guess true, but where if you do have a father who's so close to you entirely when you're beginning, it does bring those interesting dynamics in when you do transfer over to professional coach.
So what's interesting, I think,
that's cool.
I was reading that there was conflict between the two.
Okay.
So that's
totally
not fabricated. That was real, but the closet I think was not correct. But I have a feeling that a lot of that was probably accurate, where she'd be listening to her dad and then the coach, and she would do the dad, and the coach probably did not like that.
That's probably
which makes sense, but you're totally right, where it creates a weird dynamic. But then again, the dad does know a little bit more about that person. Yeah. Because it was interesting, because he was like, you're teaching her a technique, you need to let her do her instinct.
Right.
She's a natural attacker.
Yeah.
Like, play off of that. I thought that was really interesting. Like, as a coach, like, it makes you think, like, if you're a coach, like, how would you teach someone how to do something? It's like using their what they naturally do, and then like magnifying that,
Exactly.
Acting was across the board really good. I thought the girls, when they were younger, were great.
All around great acting.
Really good acting for younger kids. I mean, our American kids are just terrible at acting.
Yeah.
Like we've noticed that Swedish kids, they're
great.
I mean, I don't know what they do in terms of acting school, but in general, in an American movie, you're going to get some really crappy lines from, or at least delivery of lines from kids. So I don't know. That was really impressive to me. I thought they did a really good job.
It's interesting. I wonder what, or this kind of off topic, but the girl, or Babita or whatever, I wonder what she thinks of the movie, because
She did kind of get put on the second.
She definitely, because then at the end it said, "Oh, she won gold too."
Yeah,
but that was
or
like
silver.
an after. No. 2014.
The
she
next
won
year
gold.
she won.
Yeah,
the next.
It was a couple years after. But they really focused on the one girl, and I was interested. It's like
I wonder if that's from a story perspective because they couldn't dilute it too much. Yeah. But I do agree.
They kind of pushed her to the side. It was interesting how they.
The first girl to do it, I guess, would make sense.
That's probably what it was.
That didn't. I was like, okay, that's fair. For a while, she was just
bothered me a
completely
little bit because like she would be involved in the story and then suddenly wouldn't be a part of it, and then be involved. And I was like,
yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. It was interesting.
Give her a chance.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who they were trying to focus on. It was like they were trying to focus on both at some points, and then the one girl, and then once the second half hit, it was like all the one.
Yeah. I'm definitely. This is definitely. I think, in my opinion, this is one of the most receptive movies that Americans would watch.
Yeah,
I really do.
Probably even over
because it's Disney.
Lunchbox,
I think.
Right?
I think so. I think over the Lunchbox. I think Disney. It's Disneyified because Disney was involved. I could smell the Disney.
The
There's
ending
a bit of Disney.
Kind of felt like a Disney movie.
I feel like an American audience would understand this structure.
Yes.
Because it's very. You have to do it with sporting. Like you have to have the training.
Yeah.
You have to have the tournaments, and then you have to have the final match. That's what the sports, this is what you have to do in these movies.
Yeah.
I think they did it amazingly.
Yeah.
But I do think and this is not bad. I think Americans would enjoy this movie.
I think
it'd be way more receptive.
Our roommate, he never really
watched
watches
an Indian movie.
He was like, hey, this is pretty good. Yeah.
Because it's very structured.
It's universally like the pull
on
of
IMDb this has like over 100,000 ratings and stuff, so it's one of the more popular accessible Indian
films. Movies,
So like a lot of I'm sure a lot of those ratings.
Well, it's very
US
relatable.
Too.
A lot of people have had the pressure from a father or a mother that from a parent. Maybe not in sports, but in other things too. You can kind of relate to that kind of aspect where there's a weird conflict between your father and then he's also your coach, and then also someone else is telling you how to do it.
And then at the end,
Aamir Khan did a good job of.
Oh yeah,
I did like how at the end they were like. It was her win. It wasn't her dad's win, really. It was like she had to focus on it. Like her dad wasn't.
I did like that.
In the arena, and I mean like, that's like that. But then but how they got him out of the arena was just wait, what? Yeah. But I wonder. We should look more into that because I wonder if he was in the. He was seated.
I'm sure he was. I mean, how would you miss her unless there's some crazy
I just don't. That's such a. They really
took
liberty with that, though.
The longest dump in the history of mankind and the worst dump.
Oh my god!
Sometimes
he missed this.
You get some of that spicy mango, dude. I'm not kidding. Like, I've been percolating. Since that spicy mango chicken.
Nasty.
I'm not used to that. Dude, I ate so much. I ate so much, they had to roll me out of there. It was crazy. It was bananas. Dude, I loved it in there, though. It was so awesome. I tried saying thank you to the guy. And crap, I'm going to forget it. What was thank you? It was Dahandi. I got to look it up. I'm going to go crazy if I don't get it. But we were checking out, and I said thank you in Hindi, and he was like showing us how the card reader worked, and I was saying, hang on, 1 second, how to say thank you in
while
Hindi.
Michael's typing, we remember. Actually, the Oscars will be done by the time this is posted. But yeah, Dhanyavad.
That's what it was. So he was telling me how to do the card reader. He was like showing me, and I was like, Dhanyavad, and he was like, oh. Yeah.
That's the danger. You got to do words because you can't do sentences because sentences.
No, I don't know how to do it. But I was just like, Dhanyavad, or something like that. And he went like, oh, yeah, thank you. And he was like so happy.
I said, did you look up Hindi?
I looked up Hindi.
Well, is that the most popular?
I looked up Telugu as well, and it's just like Dhanyavad Dulu. It's like really close, so it's very similar.
Okay.
But I went with Dhanyavad, and he's like, yeah. Okay. And he was like very happy because they all in there like they definitely speak. None of them were speaking
they weren't
English.
like
they were all speaking.
They weren't like fifth generation. Yeah.
They were all speaking a different language. I think they were from either India or like in the neighboring area. But it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were you saying about the Oscars?
I was just gonna say, we're gonna have our Oscars episode coming up right after this one, probably. So we're gonna have
Hilton up, boys.
Yep, building that up. And then also this week we are doing something different with the voting. So.
We are?
Well, so a little bit different.
I didn't know that.
So we're sticking with the YouTube polls because everyone voted on that and wanted the polls.
I feel like you should max that, man.
But what's going to happen, so for choosing the 5 movies to go on the YouTube polls, we're still going to have our Google Forms for people to vote on the top 5.
Oh, okay.
Because that gives them a huge variety, and they still want that variety.
Right.
The comments.
So a little bit of both. And then the final is
so then we'll pick the 5 from the Google Forms, and the final will be on YouTube polls. So just a heads up for everyone voting.
We're giving you the best of both worlds.
Right, we're trying. Leave it in the comments too. Just like let us know in the comments. We read them. We'll take them as well.
We read them. And
keep them going. The shirt design is also coming out too.
Actually, it might be out by this time.
It might be out by now. We have an RRR shirt coming out.
Print. Oh yeah.
That's just Isaac's 3D printed. 3D printed. So we have that coming out pretty soon. And maybe it's out by now. So if it is it out by now?
It probably,
It is! Go get it at the store! Link in the description!
And if you
if
you entered our Oscars contest and won something, win it for free, this will be after the contest, but you could win it for free.
Right, so there you go. Next time we should wear them.
Oh yeah, we'll get.
I gotta buy it.
We gotta get it.
We're gonna get some teas.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. But anyways, just to kind of wrap up.
Dangal.
I told you they're spicy.
To
wrap up Dengal.
We gotta give our rating too.
Yeah. Well, rating, but also I just wanted to say, like, I thought it was very cute how it was like a family dynamic at the beginning, and everyone was kind of like encouraging each other, but also like very stern. Like it was very like
the dad was like
family was there.
Yep.
And like mom was not happy, but she was like, "All right, I guess we're gonna do this," you know. And then they were like, "Let's do it." And it was.
And they kind of compromised. Remember, he was like, "Well, 1 year.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, or if we don't get far in 1 year, then I'll just give up on my dream, and you'll be fine."
Right. Exactly.
We'll go back to what it was before.
Right.
And then it turned out
the cutting of the hair scene was so like dramatic, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh boy.
I have always thought this, and this is very accurate. I think is that anyone who's a professional athlete had a psycho for a parent. I think that's pretty across the board. If you're a top athlete. You've had to be had a rough childhood. I mean, like very drill. Strict. Like you're not gonna be playing around. Like, we went to Mexico and just chilled. It's like hard work and like just keep like Michael Jordan, Serena Williams.
Yeah. Serena.
Help me out. There's Michael Phelps talks about it too.
Yeah.
A lot of these like high level, like top level athletes.
They had to be trained.
You have to get really trained when you were young to be really good, and that
then you carries over,
right. Yeah. You had to do a lot of sacrifice.
But like you were saying with this, it was like the dad. He was stern, but still he would like show approval too. When they did something right, he'd be like, "Good job, this is good. You're doing well."
Remember that scene?
It wasn't like do better.
It was a very important scene when he came in and was helping her foot, massaging her foot.
Yes.
And she was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I have to remember that I am a father.
Yeah, that was really well done.
And there are when I'm a coach, the father takes the back seat. But when I'm a father,
the coach takes the back seat.
Right.
Yeah,
which I loved. He had some banger. Or there was another line he had.
What was the line near the end?
It was
something
about
something you're not forgotten, or something
example, being an example.
Being an example.
Oh, yeah.
When you're an example, you're given, not forgotten, or something like that.
Yeah, something
like that. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, great lines.
French or chef's kiss. I always mess that one up.
French kiss.
French kiss. I know you really want. I mean, you're on the French kiss.
French kiss. Okay.
Don't Google that. But anyways, it was really good. I really liked a lot of the movie. There were some parts, but I mean, I blame Disney.
The Disneyification.
That's what happened.
But here's the thing: it probably was bought by Disney after the fact.
No, it wasn't.
Produced like straight from
the executive with the Mickey Mouse ears went up and said, "Hey, we gotta change the ending. What if we locked him in?"
I don't know about that. Audience, tell us if it was the
audience.
case or not.
It was Disney. Blame Disney. I love it.
So ratings?
Yeah, I gotta give you my rating.
Yeah,
it's tough. This one was
tough.
really
the
like
end,
back
I
and
don't
forth.
know. Yeah, the last quarter of the movie,
Michael is at a solid whopping 3.5.
Okay.
Sticking strong.
I was gonna do 3.5 also.
All right, there we go.
I'm so back and forth. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Middle of the road.
You gave it a 4.
Ben!
Gave it a 4.
That's pretty
4
high
out of 5.
Ben's losing the strictness on his.
It's really
good.
Closer than
to
a 3.5 and a 4, but 3.5. It's like, oh, this was good enough that I was like, you know what?
It's a 4. I can totally see that.
I
would give it a 7.5 on IMDb if that was possible.
I think this was a great movie. I really do. 3.5 for me is let's do it. I will tell other people to watch this.
Oh yeah.
If you want to learn about wrestling, it's a great thing to learn about wrestling.
I learned
like
so
great story.
much.
It's a great story.
Yep.
I'm burping up basmati rice, dude. I'm burping up spicy mango.
Great family movie.
Great family movie. Definitely one to show the parents, and we'll probably show our parents this at some point. And are you okay?
No, I'm just like, I love it how you're like, we're gonna probably show our parents.
Yeah, they're so in on this. We watched On to Dune last.
I know
week.
you told me.
So that's we watched that. We watched RRR.
Guys,
with
if
them.
you want us to watch more full-length live ones, let us know because we can do them.
React
let us
videos.
Know. If you want the react.
It's definitely a planning.
It's a lot of work, so please subscribe so we can get our numbers up so we can do this.
Yeah, we can't do it right now.
We can't do it without
we will be able to
if
you guys subscribe, click the like, the bell. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will be able to. Don't worry, guys. We'll be able to do it. We'll figure out a way.
And we've got something in the works.
We got a fun in the works. We got a fun video in the pipeline. Yep. But yeah, I thought it was great. I thought
a good movie overall.
Covers it. Probably.
I'm so excited to see more of Aamir Khan's movies.
What's coming up next? What do we got on the top 5? Do you have the top 5 selected yet?
Not yet. So that's gonna be once this video releases. We'll have that up for like probably a day or so. And
do you know anything that now I've heard the drama around gangs
of Wasipur has been at the top on quite a few of the voting or. Quite a few of the weeks. So
but there's a gang in the top comments.
5 again. Yeah,
people are saying no.
Back and forth. People don't think we're ready for the cultural
guys. I've been having Indian food.
Film.
I've had lassi.
Is that enough?
I don't know.
They gotta let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
Once we get a yes from everybody.
I've played cricket before.
Hey.
Maybe.
Hey.
Maybe.
I don't know what.
You don't know cricket.
I don't. Yeah, I haven't played. Well,
we should play cricket.
You know what?
Sometime.
I've played even once.
I suppose you could play cricket on a baseball field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
like and subscribe.
I play baseball.
All right, are we good? Is that it?
I think this is episode. We'll have our Oscar
guys. We love
results coming soon. But yes.
All right, stay tuned.
We'll see you next time.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.